Shut up and sit down.
Hi everybody, welcome back to the stream. I am KiteCraft, tweeting. Alright, it's been tweeted. Okay, welcome to the stream. I am KiteCraft. Oh, what the hell? I forgot to push the button. So I'm just working my way through an odd little issue. For some reason, something went wrong and something has gone wrong. So I'm just making a quick little fix. Okay, don't hit the end stream button. That's not the button you want to click. What are you trying to click over here? Nothing. All is good. Anyways, welcome to the stream. I am KiteCraft. Over above me, you'll see a bit of hardware on the desk, and over to my that side is this. Some code that I'm writing, and right now I just needed to, I'm not sure what the hell's going on here. What do I need to do? Oh, yes. When I load the home screen, what I need to do is, see, that's interesting. Yeah, I'm doing that afterwards. Why am I doing that there? Okay, where's my menu? Where is my comms manager? All right, here's my comms manager. Now, I do have a bit of a bug here that I'm just working my way through. So, right now you can see the green light right here, Wi-Fi. So it's connected to the Wi-Fi. But when I pop into here, to the firmware, oops, I hit it, or that. See, why isn't that working anymore? What the hell? I have done something wrong, and I broke something somewhere. That used to work. But I was just adding in a new option, and I broke something. Oh. No, I didn't break something. I exposed something. So I do need to send a Wi-Fi update. So what I need to do here is I'm just going to go check my comms manager. Where's my comms manager? Now let's see here. When I abort, yeah, that's all running. Okay. When I connect, okay, so yeah, if there's a weird ass error, you know what I need to do here? If I'm already connected, see, that's the problem, is I'm not sending the signal that I'm already connected. I'm not doing anything. So now, if it's connected, yeah, I gotta send the signal that it's connected, and then I'm just gonna return, because I don't need to go further. So that's what I'm gonna do here. Now on my, okay, so back down here in this little command function, load home screen, this is just it's a safety feature. Rather than going directly through my queue, which would end up bypassing some safeties I built into the comms manager, I'm gonna route this through the command queue. And that way the command queue has access to the comms manager. And then now my comms manager can make sure that there's no strangenesses going on. First of all, you know, we don't want to bolt out of there if the OTA was enabled, because without properly disabling it, we might have a problem with memory and things like that. But when I loaded the home screen, I wasn't sending in the signal for what the current Wi-Fi status is. So the home screen still thinks Wi-Fi is off. That's why you see this little red up here if we look up there. So what I got to do is on my home screen, right, it's doing all of this, comms manager. Adding the item. So abort OTA. Yeah. See, why am I doing a disconnect here? I shouldn't. I'll return true. Yeah, see, this actually makes things a little bit easier now if I do that. So we're doing a little bit of a check just to see, yeah, okay, if we're past this, then there's a good chance we're already connected. If we are connected, we'll just send our signal and return true. So I don't have to do this. If we're already connected, disconnect and then reset. I can do that later. We just, if we can't connect, there is an issue. Now down here, what do we need to do here? I'm just going to do the same thing. Just as a, it's not going to do the reconnect. It's actually just going to kind of get me to here, and then it's going to send the signal. So I don't have to do anything. This is just going to help me make sure that all is well. I might have to build that. That's interesting. I might have to do that a little bit differently later on. But anyways, that's all going. Do I have access to my, yeah, see, that's the problem. What if I go here? If I go here, do I have access to my main screen? Where is my chat? All right. All right, if I, yeah, see the first time through, wait, did I? What's going on there? Yeah, firmware update. No, see, something is breaking there on me. See, there's something else going on there. Something else. I broke something else. I've broken something else. It's got to be on the home screen that I broke this. Update Wi-Fi status. See, that's not right now. Connected to Wi-Fi. Aha. So now the reloads will work. Okay, now can I get back to my firmware screen? Okay, I can get to the firmware screen. That's good. So I can actually just go back to here and just set this back to the IP address, which is what? Why can't I undo this? Oh, fuck you. What's the IP address there? Let me have a look. 192, yeah, it's still 182, okay. Okay, that didn't work at all. Is that right? 50182? 192.168.50. Yeah, okay, so good. I've got that back in there. Now, see, I don't need this. I can just unplug this cable. Now you'll notice it's no longer plugged into the USB. So let's pop back over here, clear this, go back to the volt giver, hit the upload button. Now, unless there's weird ass problems that I've missed, it will do the over-the-air update, which I love. Oh God, I'm so happy I've got all the OTA stuff finished. But that was an interesting little bug. So if loading the home screen, yeah, connect, yeah, see, that's good. I like that. No, that's not right. I'm gonna put the signal after I fucking do that. Right. But that's cool. Anyways, so right now, if we have a look at what's going on over there, you can see the screen, I hope, right there in the middle. And the time is not correct. We can see we're connected to the Wi-Fi because that's green. It says volt giver. I might change a little bit of layout up there later on, but we'll see what happens. And then we have the OTA update status. So we got the network that it's connected to, the IP address that it's on, and it just says it's ready and waiting, and we have a little indicator showing it's alive. Oh, now we're connected to it, and now the update is running. And if we look back here on the bottom of the screen, you'll see that this is going crazy. But if we go back to the view, we can see that little green bar is in fact filling up the little yellow box until eventually, boom, Now it restarts, and we're back up and running. And now I don't need this USB cable. So that's wonderful. Now let's see if my buttons are actually working. Okay, so we're green and connected to Wi-Fi, so we should have all the menu options available. Well, most of them. Yeah. What am I missing? Why am I missing one? Okay, star side, no, home screen header, no, screen header, no, screen header. We have a function here called create menu. Don't I? Wait. Oh, that's home screen header. It was the next one over. Create menu. Okay. So if we're not the home screen, oh, that's what's missing. Is so if we're not on the home screen, the home menu doesn't show up. Right. Okay. So we got to configure OTA, our firmware OTA, update time, and there we are. So now we can probably go back to open main. It's right there at the top. That's beautiful. And yeah, see, because I had that, you notice there that it's still red. No, let me just reboot this. So it's green. Now if I open the menu and let it time out, okay, it's still green, that's good. But if I come back here to the firmware update and then pop back to the main menu, it's red. That's because in this code over here, connected to Wi-Fi was before sending the signal. I got to send the signal, this one, before connecting to Wi-Fi, because connecting to Wi-Fi sends its own signal, which is pointless if we're not already in the right place. So if we send this signal, we're actually sending it to the current page, which is this page or this screen. So we got to actually send the signal that it's the home screen we want now. And then we send the Wi-Fi status. So this will fix that. Now what we're going to do is I'll clear this. We'll hit the update button. Over here I'll just pop into the menu. Oh, right. See, that's the other bug I had to fix, which this should do now. Okay, we're back into the update menu. We'll have a look there. And while that's compiling, I'm just going to go top up my coffee. Oh, see, it's still taking its time. VS Code, I love it. It's just so fast and speedy. Coffee, black. Sucked out of Deanna's head. Okay, so it's all updating there. We can look over on the screen. You can see that it switched over to the big yellow box. We'll get a close-up of that. And it's just about done. And shebang. Now, interesting thing I'm going to show you real quick before I go on. That finishes so quickly. If I go back to my comms manager, where is it? Where are you? Starside comms. Oh, that's the header file. And I go to the an OTA function. On end, I actually had to put a 1 second delay here because it was so fast that I never actually got to display the whole, hey, we finished, restarting message, right? And I really want that message there, just out of vanity for no other reason. So it's like a 1 second delay. I hate doing this. You know, I cried when I had to type that in because I really hate putting artificial delays in anything, but I figured this is right at the end, we're going to reboot, good enough. I'm also thinking I might do something different later on, but whatever, I've got that done. Anyway, so let's go have a look to see if it's working properly. Okay, so green is for Wi-Fi. That means we're connected well. Now I'm going to open the menu and let it time out. And what should happen, when I open the menu, I should see 3 options. Because we're on the home screen, we're not going to see this one. We're going to see firmware, OTA, update time, and then configure volt giver. Configure should always be there. And then I'm going to let the menu time out, which will redraw the screen. And the screen should redraw with the Wi-Fi indicator green again, and the same menu options should still be available. So press the button. There's only 3 options. Now I'm going to let the screen time out. And it's still green. Good. Now let's go ahead and just pick a different box here and open its menu and cancel it. Yeah, we're still green. Now let's go. Now I'm going to go into the OTA screen. The Wi-Fi should still be green and everything should be working. But then I'm going to go back and open up the main screen. Well, actually, you know what? What I need to do? I need to test that OTA screen to make sure it's behaving, its menu is behaving. So let's do that. Let's open up the OTA screen. Perfect. Now this menu should have, because this menu is in fact the home screen, or is not the home screen, we should have open main, firmware OTA. I'm leaving it in there. Update time and configure. So all 4 of these should be available on the menu here. So let's have a look. And yes, they are. We'll let it time out. It'll redraw the screen. And it's still green. Perfect. Now let's just do a quick little cancel on that. Yeah. Now let's go over to the main screen. That should redraw the home screen. And the Wi-Fi should still be green. So there, where is it? Configure volt giver. Oh no, it's the very first one. Click that, and we're green. Okay, good. Now my menu should still work. Yep. Yep, we're all good. Nice. Now what I need to do is just a couple more tests. This is going to be a good one. You're going to love this one. First thing I got to do is there. So all of this is actually being stored on, where is it? Let's close that. Let's go to my data directory. So the volt giver settings are all stored in here. Now, right now, so this file is living on the ESP32's file system, which is called Spiffs. And it's complete. It actually has the right SSD and password in there, so it's able to connect to the network. What I'm going to do is I'm going to upload this version, which is going to clear out the password and ID. So it's not going to be able to connect to the network. And we should see a different pattern emerging from the menu system. And I really do need to test this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up, where's my recent, my volt giver. There you are. There it is. I've never found the way to do this through the VS Code, and it really pisses me off. So, tools, sketch data upload. Now, I'll make sure I'm, let's see here, port. Oh, you're going to love this. Let's make sure I'm on the right camera. So I do suck at this, and I may not always be on the right camera. Okay, so, yeah. Let's go ahead and put this into OTA mode. There we go. Now here, I'm going to pick my port, which is this one, volt giver at. I love how that works. It's just beautiful. Right? That's automatic. I don't have to actually do that. Now I can actually do the data upload without plugging in that cable. And it's all automatic. And you'll notice that the update is happening really quickly, and it's done. And it reloads. So now you'll notice that the Wi-Fi is red because it's not connected to the network, and if I go into the menu, all I'm going to see there is an option to configure it, which doesn't actually work. That's what I'm going to be building right away. So I can't really do anything now. Okay. Now Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this because I'm actually going to type in my password and re-upload that file. Let's put it back. Oh, I can't. Oh, shoot. So now I actually have to do this the old-fashioned way. I'm going to have to plug in my cable. Because I don't have access to my OTA screen because it's not on a network. Okay, so that's all plugged in. Tools, port 6. Tools, data upload, connecting, push the button. And it's done, and it reloads, sort of. And now we're back to being on the menu, or on the Wi-Fi network with all everything available to me. That's awesome. Good. All is well. And you know what? I think I actually checked in my fucking password. What the hell? Oh, that's because I'm checking in the wrong fucking project. Sorry, nobody's chatting, so I figured, what the hell, I'm just going to take care of some work here that I should have been doing. Yep, that's what I thought. Crap. Oh, my battery's failing now on my mouse. That's why it's having a hard time. Oh, why I was getting those other problems. Go away. All right, let's get back on track here. I guess everything's working, right? Yeah. Perfect. Okay, so now, next step for me to do this is I got to add a page for, I got to add a web server so that I can actually configure the some of these settings like the network ID and the password through a web interface as opposed to having to upload that file. So I'm going to actually be using an example from the Arduino ESP stuff. So let's just have a look at what it is. I think this is the one I'm going to be starting with, web update, host SSID password. It's kind of giving me an idea of how to set up the Wi-Fi server, but there's actually other examples. Let's have a look. Web server. Let's just have a look at hello server, see what this one does. Yeah, see, this one actually is just giving us another way to do this. It just tells us to use the function. Okay, so what we're going to do, first of all, in here, is I have to, let's just close off a bunch of stuff that I don't need. Don't need my menu, don't need my header, don't need the Arduino JSON, don't need the home screen for now, don't need my OTA screen. I do need my comms object and my global diffs. First thing I'm going to do is, that's a display command. Those are my display keys, these are my display types, and here's my VoltGiver commands. Okay, so, begin Wi-Fi configuration. I think I'm going to change the name of that. Begin OTA, begin. I really don't like the word begin that I'm using everywhere in this particular setup, but all right, so what am I going to call this? I don't want to begin, I want to begin Wi-Fi web server. Now I'll pop over to our VoltGiver, and where's my command handler? Handle command Q. Okay, so there we go. Begin Wi-Fi configuration. All right. If comms manager connected to Wi-Fi, disconnect. Okay. Now I don't have a new screen yet, so I'm not going to worry about building a new screen for the display. What I need to do is actually, I'm just going to create, so I've got, if it's connected, disconnect. Okay, good. I don't need to do even a validation on that. Where's my comms manager? Where's my disconnect? Yeah. Yeah, that doesn't even, really? I thought that I was going to return something there. Where are you? Start side comms. Where is the disconnect? Where are you? Disconnect. Wi-Fi disconnect. And then, yeah, we just send a bunch of signals just in case anybody cares. Because it is important. I wonder if I should do a, no. Yeah, see, this is where I get a balance between programming for a microcontroller where you want to save code and not do unnecessary steps, and you know, normally you're building stuff to be a little bit more robust. So I was thinking about just adding a bunch of error checks, and I'm thinking, shit, no, can't do it, can't afford the space. So let's not do that. Let's just be happy with what we got. I don't need to add additional error checks when it's kind of redundant, and it would really only be useful if a programmer did the wrong thing, in which case it would be caught during testing. And with a microcontroller, you just don't have a lot of space. But I will be coming back on a refactor a little bit later, and I'm trimming the fat in a few places. So for now, let's just go ahead and do the whole. Okay, so now we're going to disconnect. Now I don't even think I have a start web server function. So what we need to do here OTA, 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 OTA. Connected, connect to, connected, and connect to, and disconnect. And now I need bool start web server. Pop over to the comms object, go right down to the bottom. No, second from the bottom. Put that in there, come over here. Stick that in there. Now, all right, so to start our web server, let's go have a look at that example I pulled up, this hello server. Basically what we're going to do, I'm not setting an SSID or password on this. Okay, where's the setup? What do we got here? Yeah, oh, right. STA. That's not what I want. Maybe it's in the other one. No, this one's also using the weird ass AP STA, and I actually just want to use AP, so why even mess around? Let's just go back up to my connect to Wi-Fi, because basically this is what I'm doing. Basically just going to copy all of that right now, paste it in here. So I actually don't need this. Definitely not going to do that. And this is not correct. This is going to be Wi-Fi AP. Set the host name, and then we begin it. No, I don't want to set it. I can just do a begin without that, can't I? Yeah, I think so. I think that gives me what I need. Okay, if we're connected, true, MDNS begin. Oh, right. Now this is where I actually wanted to pop on the MDNS service, which is, where was that? Where was that? Man, I just had that and I just lost it. It was a wonderful little example that I loved. This doesn't have it. Yeah, it is. This is it. MD, and there it is. Yeah, this is the example. See, this had a really neat little thing right here where it just made life easy. You could just do that. And, okay, so I'm basically going to stick that down here. Okay. I think I'm just going to bail out there. I better make that error happen a little nicer. Okay, so over here in VoltGiver, begin Wi-Fi configuration. Somewhere around here I have a nice little example of what I want to do. That. Just going to cause. So if we're already connected, we're going to disconnect. Okay, now we're going to take this, get rid of that, and we're going to, what the hell did I just call it? Start, web server. So if not, then we're just going to bail out with the last error message and reload the home screen and get the hell out of there. So we will wait, and if it failed, let me just double check this example to see if it's lining up well. It should. I mean, this is the same stuff as always, except they do this weird ass thing. Yeah. I'm not doing that. I'm just doing this. If it's not connected, we're bailing. We're setting our error, making sure we're false, which we should be. Why isn't that being changed up here? Okay, yeah, that should be changed up there. In fact, I'm going to do the same up here for the connect method. Oh, wait. Can't do it there. Oh, maybe I'm doing a wrong thing by setting that. No, this is different. That's right. Okay, so once we get here, now I need a method that I'm going to call just to get things going. So if we pop back to that example that I'm trying to use, this hello server, handle root. Where's their handle root? Handle root. There it is. So I'm basically just going to kind of copy this. So let's go back to the columns manager, and we're going to create a little private little method here called void web server handle root. Do I have to pass anything to it? No. Copy that. We'll go over here. We'll stick that here. And I'm just, no. You know what, for now I'm actually just going to pop a message into the queue. Yeah, see, that's all it needs to do. Now I'm going to go find this. Okay, serial, if mdns begin. Good, yeah, I don't need that. Server, what the hell is server? Ah. Okay, so what I need to do over here is apparently include a new file. Web server. All right, before we do anything, let's have a look at what the program storage space is, because this is going to be interesting. After I bring this in, I'm going to see how much the build size increases. So I'm just going to save this. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to save it as a text file in here for now. Nah, screw it. I'll do it here. All right. Yeah, you always complain. Maybe that's not available. What the hell is that? Nah, I should be fine. Oh, shit. No, this is a VoltGiver web server. All right, let's just give this a compile and see what happens. Let's just give that a compile and see what happens. Is it going to be happy? Is it going to be sad? Place your wagers. Yeah, I'm calling it right there. Okay, so while that's compiling, let's go back to my global deaths here. Why is screen header still open? Okay, so I need a new, I'm going to define a new screen. Just call it web server. Yeah, see, it doesn't like that web server. Why? Is that supposed to be something special? What the hell did you break? Oh, you fucking God, sometimes Visual Code just pisses me off. This VS Code thing. I'd rather be using Visual Micro, but I can't afford it. Where's my full giver command? So it's complaining about that one. In which file? The home screen header. Why are you, what are you doing? Source. GUI, home screen header. Oh yeah, I'm going to rename that. That's right. That was just a placeholder. I'm going to rename that to web server. Oh, home screen header. No, where am I looking? Home screen header. What the hell are you talking about? It hasn't been called home screen header in forever. It's called screen header. What the hell are you talking? VS Code can be so freaking weird. None of that makes sense. The file doesn't even exist, and it hasn't existed in a long time. I renamed that entire bit to this, like a long time ago. What? What stupidity is this? What did I do? I must have done something bad. Why would it complain like that? What the heck is it talking about? That file just does not exist. Oh, I lost the camera. Okay, there we go. What was that going on there? Okay, why don't you like my new web server? Because I didn't name it right? Capital S! Capital S! That was the strangest error, though. I don't even understand. okay, I didn't even look at what the build size was, so let's figure out what the build size was. I'm really curious as to how big, just adding that web server and creating an object, how much bigger is my code now? Just doing that one little thing, bringing in a new library like that can dramatically kill your projects. Because I was at 43%, and I still need to change that actually. I still need to make a custom partition because I actually need more Spiffs space because I want to store a couple of these web pages on Spiffs. And I know I've only got, if we look, I've only got like less than 30K of free Spiff space. So, oh yeah, I was going to get rid of a couple of those font files. I don't need all those fonts anymore. You must build faster VS Code. Oh. Faster. Faster VS Code. VS Code must go faster. You know, I wish I could just get Visual Micro and Visuals. Oh, it's just so much better than doing this. It really is. How you all doing, viewers? Feel free to say hi. Chat is open. Should be open. Might not be open. Maybe I just suck. I do suck. I don't know what's going on. Are you going to finish compiling sometime today? Oh my God, I added a web server. I must panic. My Arduino compiler, it must never link anything anymore. Verify. Yes, you will get there at some point in time. I know you will. You can do it. I know you can. You shall achieve success at some point today. There we go. Oh my God, that took forever. Okay, so the new sketch is 871158. The old sketch was, wow, that was actually a pretty big chunk. Let's see, here's what the last successful build was. And this successful build is, whoops. Didn't change at all. What? Did I just copy the wrong line? 87847158. Yeah, I did. 847158. 871158. Wow, really? It just jumped it up straight that much. 14K. Flat. Just for instantiating that web server. All right. Okay. All right. Now what we're going to do is, I'm just going to add that little method that I saw in here, hello server. Okay, so what does it do now? Wi-Fi mode. We began it. Print, yes. Oh, server on. So let's just see what we can do there. Okay. Let's do that. Where's my comms? Begin Wi-Fi configuration. Why is it called that? What the hell is going on here? I'm going to change the name of this. That's what's confusing me, is I thought I changed this name, but it was the other name that I changed. Start web server. Fuck with it. All right, let's just call it start web server. Okay. Now, where was I? What was I doing? Okay, my comms object. Oh yeah, I added the web service. I added, nope, not that. This. So volt giver web server dot on. That'll work. I don't have a freaking, oh yeah I do. Okay, so is that gonna work? On. Yeah. Needs to be a static function, I bet. Now it's happy. Which means I don't have access to that anymore, so probably don't have access to my serial object either. Yes, I do. Okay, good. Let's just see what else this is doing. Handle root. Did I build the handle root? Yeah, I did. Where did I do it? Let's do something else interesting here. Where is that other example of inline? Where is inline? Handle not found, handle root. Oh, right. There's an inline. This works well. Let's do that. Volt giver webserver dot. Shit. Oh no, that actually is good. I want to make that a static thing. Fuck, that means this has to be a static function. No, it doesn't. So I've never used, 200. Yeah, I need to have, that makes sense that I would have to send the code. There. Well, fuck, let's see what happens. Let's flip this over into update mode. All right. Let's go press the compile button and just sort of see what happens here. Wait, oh shit, did I actually connect to this? I better go check my menu. I'm not even sure I connected this. Did I actually connect the signals? Configure volt giver. Yeah, begin Wi-Fi web server. Yeah, okay, so it's all connected. I'm going to change that though. Yeah, no, I want to say configure volt giver, but in the background it's going to be something else. So I'm still waiting for this to go ahead and build, and then it's going to use the OTA functionality and automatically update the microcontroller over there. I love how this works. But it takes forever to get to that step, so come on, you can do it. Compile. You can compile. Verify. Uploading. You're not uploading yet. Don't lie to me. You're still trying to get through that whole damn verifying step. And you failed. Of course you failed, you dumbass. Where am I instantiating my comms manager? I did forget to do that, didn't I? Where are you? That's why I wish this compiled faster, because I make a lot of mistakes. I am no expert. I don't claim to be. Like, you guys watch this, I'm going to go top up my Deanna Troy coffee mug with coffee. Anyways, let's see if this web server works. I'm going to have to pull out a device off of, Yeah, I'm going to have to kill one of my cameras for a few minutes while I see if this actually works. Now, what are you doing? Why? Oh, no. That's what I forgot to do, dumbass. Forgot to actually say what it was. There we go. It can be weird sometimes. Yeah, I forgot what I was doing there. Where is it now? All right. You still updating? You still waiting? Yeah. So basically what I'm going to be able to see now is if I look into my available Wi-Fi networks, once I open up the configuration screen from that menu option, we should see a new network pop up here called VoltGiver. But we gotta wait for it to compile first. Oh, come on now, must go faster. Must go faster. Please compile faster. Does this mean I've done something wrong again? Yes. So we can see it's updating there. This little green bar is going left to right. So that's going over the Wi-Fi. The USB cable, I don't know why it's plugged in. It doesn't have to be. Okay, so it's going to reboot. All right, now let's go ahead and open up that menu and just see what happens. It could just crash for all I know. So I'm going to click on here, and then we'll go to the configure option, which is right there. Yeah, configure VoltGiver. I don't know what just happened. Did it happen? I forgot I didn't do a screen change or anything, so I actually don't know if that actually worked. The only way to check is to see if there's any new networks showing up here. Holy crap! There it is. Can you see this? So there's my network, ESP_448919. I don't know why it's called that. It should not be called that. Why is it called that? No, it's supposed to go there. Why doesn't set host name work? Should I do the MDNS server before or after? I don't know. Let's see if I can connect to that network. I'll worry about that later. We'll just see if I can connect to it. Oh, hey, it connected. But it doesn't have internet access, which is sort of what I'm expecting. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here. Wi-Fi has no internet access. That's fine. Let's open up a web browser. Do I have a web browser on here? Do I have Chrome on here? Yeah. All right. So we're going to go to, I wonder if I could just type in VoltGiver. Nope. Let's go to http://192.168.50.182. All right. It doesn't quite look like it worked. I'm just going to reset everything here. Should see the network disappear when I do that. There. So the network is gone, right? Yeah. Why is it still showing up there? Yeah, so the network is gone. Good, so I know that works. Okay, so let's pop over and We'll just open up that option again. Configure. Now we should see the network pop back up in here. Yeah, ESP. Oh, so this is, oh shit! I don't know what the IP address of this machine is. I was using my IP address. So what if I actually just typed in the name of that? What was it? ESP_44. I don't even know why it's doing that. But here, let's just go to HTTP :// ESP_448. No, it should be hard. It should be volt giver. That's the, no, fuck, what the hell? Because the network should be the same as the host name, isn't it? No, I think I did something wrong. 448919. Okay, this isn't going to work. I'll be amazed if this works, right? Yeah, see, okay, you know what I need to do? You know what I need to do? Oops. I'm just checking to see if I've done something else weird here. Yeah, no, that's fine. Okay, let's try this and see if I can actually get the IP address now, and yeah, that'll be useful. No, let's reboot this before I do that. Because I'm not destroying that web server object, which means I'm probably got a big memory problem right now. So I'll deal with that in a minute. And sorry about the gum, it's nicotine gum. I can't smoke because I quit a long time ago, but I live on nicotine. There we go. Okay, so it's uploading, it's doing its thing. Now, this time when I open up, when I hit that menu option, we should see this print out a new... That can't be right. Oh, that's why. Yeah, all right. Why? Shouldn't be that address. That means something did not work. I'm just going to pop that up there because that should not have that address. At least I don't think it should. So this should not have an address. This should actually come back blank because we've already disconnected it and we haven't started it yet in AP mode. So I should not have an IP address here. So I'm just going to do that as a check. But in the meantime, let's just go back onto that network, see what's going on here. I still don't know why it's called that. But it seems how the IP address is that. Oh, something's happening. No, go away. It's spinning. Why is it spinning? Did something bad happen? I think something bad happened. Did it crash? Let's connect back to that network. Okay, I know that's working because the network's popping up and I'm connecting successfully to it. Usually. Okay, it's connected. No, I go away. Let's try and reload that page. DHC send offer, yeah. I'm not sure what's happening here. Okay, must be I'm missing a few things here. Let's just go review. Whoops, not that one. Oh! Duh, of course. You dumbass. Might help if you actually started the web server. Nah. Sometimes you forget to do the simplest things and it can drive you batty, and then you figure it out and all you want to do is shoot yourself. I was even thinking, don't forget to start the web server. When I was typing this in, I was thinking, don't forget to start the web server. Oh, I hate myself sometimes. Let's just reboot this. Okay. Now, I just want to get this web server up and running and responding to a request. Before I actually start writing any more for that, what I need to do is add a little bit of code to handle destroying that object, because you may have noticed where is it? Right there. This line right here has the word new in it, so I'm instantiating a new, and this is a pointer. Now, because of this, I've got a big chunk of memory handed over to this web server. So, if I don't power cycle the ESP, but instead I just use a menu system to get back to the main screen, I got to make sure I destroy that object, otherwise I'm going to have a big chunk of memory that's unassigned and can't go used, and that's what we call a memory leak. So, once I get this little bit of a web server reacting correctly, and I know that my basic framework is correct, I got to go in and add a way to disengage the web server and clean up so that any further activities aren't causing me issues. So let's see if that worked. Now let's go ahead and put it back into the main mode. Actually, there's a few things I got to do yet, but okay, so there we go. I started the service. Let's go have a look to see if the menu is, yeah, there it is. Let's connect to it. So we're connected to the network. Now, let's go ahead and see, do I get the same IP address? Yeah, I got the same IP address. Okay, so let's reload that page. Well, I was so hoping that was going to be success. That bugs me. That should not be. Maybe I'm not disconnecting this all the way. Let's just have a quick look here. First thing is, disconnect, not disconnecting. Oh, there's other things I gotta do to it. You suck. Stop. Oh, SoftAP. No, just end. There's no stop or anything. Yeah, just disconnect. That should not have an IP address after disconnecting. I'm going to try something. What I'm going to do, I'm not going to connect to Wi-Fi. That should not have an address on that first top. This should not have an IP address. Oh, shit. Oh, okay. I did miss a step. I'm looking at another example, and I have realized that I am making a mistake, and I, in fact, have missed a step. That. Yeah, I don't want a password here. And I don't want that either. I want this. So maybe that's what my mistake was. So I'm just looking at another example here, just seeing what this one's doing to see if I'm missing something. Yeah, that should do it. Okay, that's, I think, one of the things I was missing. And I think I made a horrible mistake because I just disabled my fucking Wi-Fi. Shit. Yeah, Wi-Fi's red on the device. Oops. That was a mistake. See, if we look here, you can see the Wi-Fi symbol, red. Not good. So, what I need to do now is, first of all, you, come here. Turn this off because it will interfere. open up this and change it back to COM6, all caps, otherwise the stupid thing can't understand COM from COM, stupid visual code. And we'll upload that the cable method. That'll sort of put things back together, and we'll hopefully fix my my mistake here in the comms object and get my although I still don't know why this is not empty and why disconnecting isn't actually disconnecting. What is smart config? Begin smart config. What is that? Hey! Wait a minute. Did this just answer my question? Like all of my questions? No, it doesn't tell me what the hell smart config does. Anyways, let's just see what happened. Okay, so all right, let's okay, let's see what's going on here. If I open this up, I should not see my ESP network, whatever it's going to be called. Why are you still there? Yeah, see, you're gone. You're not in there. Good. My ESP network is not in there. All right, so let's go ahead and open it. If I go to here, there, click that, it is now, should appear here in a minute. That's my vacuum, by the way. EcoVax 4238. Where are you? Volt Giver. Right on, I finally got the name right. So Volt Giver is showing up here. Awesome, let's connect to Volt Giver. I have no idea what the IP address is. But I shouldn't have to. I should just be able to type in HTTP / Volt Giver. And that should work. For some reason it went to that address. Let's restart this here. Okay, now we'll go into the menu. Yeah, oh, it is the same address. Why? Why isn't it working? No, don't do a fucking search. Okay. Colon slash slash 2 dot 168 dot. It's the same address. 50.182. Nope. All right, so let's do this. Let's just use this example and see if it works. Oh, I didn't send any headers. Oh, maybe that's why. That could be a reason. Nope, not there. Send. I don't know what the, what is the send about? Code, content type, content, okay. So maybe I did do a mistake there. Let's go back to here. We'll just upload this. I've never used this Wi-Fi type of it. Let's reboot this. We'll go into the update. I don't know. I keep missing little things, but that's okay. It's tough trying to figure out some of these, how to use some of these things by examples all the time if you're not paying attention. Because I wasn't sending the content type header, so yeah, maybe it didn't really know what it was doing. I'm going to put in that one too, maybe. I just want to get this root working. I want to see hello world. Oh, what do you suck at? What? Oh, dumbass. Ah, dumbass. Shit. Now I gotta push the button. Because I forgot to reset it back to the IP address, I gotta push the button. So I gotta wait. I must wait, and then I must wait some more. Eventually it'll be ready to upload, but it won't because I have to push a fucking button. I love having the Wi-Fi OTA working. I just gotta remember to actually use it. But no, we'll just, you know what, while this is happening, I'm gonna go ahead and just fix some of the other problems that I was gonna do here. So in my GUI, I wanted to change this network configuration screen to web server screen. There. All right, I don't need the interface yet. I don't need the Arduino. Let's go to the end of this and just open up the web server screen and the home screen. Home screen is always a good place to work from. Okay, so I'm basically just going to go up to the top. I'm going to do that. I do want the header. I always want the header. That's why I got it. I'll go over to here to the web server header. Yeah, see? You suck. All right, paste that. No, I want to go back to my home screen. I'm just going to take this color scheme and that. Paste that here. I'm only going to have one panel here though. And then I'm going to just do this. Look, I'm going to take all of this. Stick it there. What else do I need from here? Need to borrow those. Need to borrow that. I gotta make a new base class for this, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. And then I basically need all of that. And then I'm going to go up here and I'm going to change the name of it to web server screen. Pound include web server.h, web server screen.h. Now let's go to the home screen CPP file. Pop up to the top, and I'm basically just going to copy a whole crap ton of this. I need that, I need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Need to go over here and just pop that in, make sure that everything is all right by changing this, changing that. Header, screen theme, CS pen. I don't have to draw an entire screen yet. Oh, did it all work? Let me get over to that in just a minute, because if I continue to do it with this, it's just gonna hate me. Okay, so let's go over to home screen CPP. I need update screen on interval, draw entire screen, and no fucking menu buttons. No, I don't want the home screen for this. That's right. I actually want to use a different screen because I do have a lot of shortcuts already built into it, and that is the OTA screen. Okay, so I don't need that, I don't need that. I do need this function and update screen and update screen on interval. I need those. So I'm going to pop them over here into my web server file, and then I will touch them up real quick, because if I don't, I will just hate myself. That should be there. I don't need any of those. Menu, yes, display update key, yes, Wi-Fi status changed, and I don't need any of those, so let's get rid of them. Let's change this. I don't need that. Don't need any of this. In fact, I don't even need this entire function right now. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Or that. Or that. Or that. Don't need that either. But I do need all the rest of these. That, and that, and that, and that, and that. Don't need that, because that doesn't work anymore. That's there. That's there. That goes there. That goes there. That goes there. That goes there. I should do it. I gotta put all that stuff into a base class, man. Holy cow, am I wasting space. Do I have a drawing type of screen in here yet? Yeah. Yep, that's it. Yep, okay. Yeah, and yeah, this should be, I think that's it. Update highlighted panel. Oh, I don't need that one. All right, let's just see what happens here. Oh shit, nothing's gonna happen there. I gotta build my interface file. Okay, so I don't need screen header. I can close that. Yeah, the rest of those can stay. What I need now is shit, what was I gonna do? Oh yeah, I was gonna connect it. I need my web server interface file, and I'm going to use the OT screen interface file. I'll include web server screen.h. Ooh, he did not like that. Yeah, you're not supposed to be the web server CPP. Line number 67. Oh yeah, you're not supposed to be there. Okay, so I got that interface file, and I've got this interface file, and I'm basically just going to copy everything that's in here and pop it over here and then rename it all, because it's just easier. Web server screen. Oops. Okay, web server, destroy, update, and update on interval. So that should take care of that. Make sure that's all right. Okay, so that takes care of that. So that's my interface file built. Now all I got to do is pop over to my display handler, go to the very top, include that interface file. And then set it up. Nope, I don't want that screen, I want that screen. Okay, so if the screen type is web server, then I want this to be destroy web server, update web server, update web server on interval, and then this is create web server. And it's that freaking easy to have a whole new screen built into my display manager. It's actually harder than it should be because I've got all of these weird ass menu key functions that I haven't found a good way to deal with yet. So now what I need to do is the last step. If I go into my Volt Giver, into that little function I have here, where is it? Start web server. If not start web server, all queues dot add item to display queue, display commands, change screen. Yeah, okay, and then the screen type, so display screen types. I prefer to use the whole thing, that way it's just easier for me to know what's going on. Web server, and I want it on the middle screen. There. I guess I could have just copied that one and made that one change. Am I setting that option in here? Yeah, I am. Ah, I don't want that one because that signal is being sent here. So I don't want to repeat that signal. Well, that should do it. So this is the command that will launch that home screen, or that new update screen. And there's nothing on there yet, but that's fine. Oh, shit. Okay, so I'll end up with a black screen with the header. I have to add the IP address update here as soon as I get this working, which I'll just steal from the OTA screen again. And I'll make it pretty at some other point in time. Just gonna wait for it to upload. Eventually it will in fact get there. Maybe. Oh, I broke something. You didn't see that. All right, well, yeah, that's set up, ready to go. So I'm gonna go have a coffee. All right. Compiling, and then it'll fly through the air for an OTA update, and then we'll see if that web server is actually fixed, because that's what I was working on, and then I decided to throw this screen together, and so I have to quickly turn this screen on, and then I can get back to getting that working, because now I'm actually beginning the damn service and setting up the proper SoftAP, hopefully. I don't know, we'll see. Setup. Serial begin, Wi-Fi mode is stop. That's not right. I don't want to do that. I want it to be AP. All right, let's see what happens here. I don't know if this is going to work or not. We'll find out. All right. So let's go ahead and we'll open up that configure menu. Oh, look at that. So so my new screen is working correctly. So now I actually know that I'm in there. Now let's go ahead and actually see if anything is actually working. Okay, so connect back to that network, volt giver. Oh, I love the fact that it's actually in there as volt giver. Wait for it to ding. It dinged, you go away. All right. I think it's the same address, so. ://192.168.50. Why is it doing that address? I don't know. That doesn't seem right to me. I don't think it is. Oh, now we're getting somewhere. Oh, sorry, I suddenly feel really sick. Too much coffee. That's definitely not the correct address that should be in there. So I'm making progress, but oh, I suddenly feel sick. Okay, so that's not right. You know what I'm going to do here? I'm going to put a 5-second delay in here just to let it fucking do its shit. That was a mistake having that down below. That's one of the reasons why I wasn't seeing what I was quite expecting. I didn't even realize it. Yeah. Alright, there we go. Let's just see what happens this time. Do I still have that open? Yeah. Wait for it. See, interesting. It came back with the same freaking IP. I don't like that. I'm going to try that and just see what's happening there. If it actually did what I think it did, or if it didn't do what I think it didn't do. I don't think it did what I think it should have done. Did I lose my phone cam again, for crying out loud? Come on, just compile and upload, just get it over with. Come on now, you can do it. I know you can. I know you want to. Eventually you're gonna fucking get around to it. Oh, thank you. Oh, wow. All right, I'm just going to close this and then just reopen it. All right, let's go in and do Wi-Fi status mode. Okay, see the IP address is now 0, but I'm going to wait a minute. It's still 0, so that tells me something has not worked. I don't know what the hell this smart config is. It doesn't even tell me. So I've made some horrible mistakes somewhere. Let's go figure this out. Oops, where am I? Where's my comms object? Oh, that's interesting. It doesn't actually use Wi-Fi mode. It just goes to SoftAP. SoftAP IP. What the hell? Oh, interesting. See, I'm learning all sorts of things now that I'm using the right things. So I don't need to put that in there. What I need to do is change all of this to something else. Wi-Fi.softap. SoftAP IP. So that's not using a begin, it just goes straight to SoftAP. It doesn't even do anything else. I'm going to leave that in there just to see what happens. Oh good, my menu works. I can actually go anywhere I want now. Oops, totally broke it. Okay, yeah, there's still bugs there, I get it, but... Oh yeah, there was a 5-second delay still in that code. Shit. Still, I forgot about... That's why I don't like putting it, but that was a test delay. So how you doing out there in viewer land? Feel free to type. I hate this step, waiting for it. You know, Visual Micro is so much faster, but it's expensive because it's a subscription, and that really bugs me. Okay, so this is an entirely different scenario that I'm doing here. I just want to get past this so that I can get back to doing the shit that I know. All right, let's go ahead and open up that menu. Ah, I have a new IP address, 6841. All right. Well, let's see what's going on here now. What networks are available to me? VoltGiver is still up there, so that's awesome. Let's connect to VoltGiver. Yes. Now, the IP address is... That's not going to work. JTTP, HTTP, semicolon, / 192.168, 192.168.4.1. All right, let's see what happens. It should say hello world. It's not saying hello world. It is refusing to say hello world. keeps going away. Alright, so that didn't quite work. I don't know why. Wait, there it is, start webserver. Oh, wrong file, that's why. I wonder if I should instantiate that earlier or not. Just having a couple looks to see if I can find other examples that make more sense. No, it's not getting a great deal of help. It sometimes takes a bit of effort to find out how this shit works, but I like that. This is a much better example. Oh, of course. Dumbass. I should have realized that one. I like this having this though, but of course, you know what I totally forgot to do? Oh, dumbass. Okay, good. Now what I can do is, ooh, shit, that's interesting. Am I going to be able to do that? That's interesting. I have an interesting dilemma here. No. This will work. I know what I'm doing. This is what I was forgetting. Okay, so adding this code is going to actually give me the engine to handle. See, right now, nothing's running. It's a microcontroller, not a computer. In a computer, you could just write that and you'd have threads spawning every which way, but what I'm not doing is handling the connection. I actually have to give the server cycles, CPU cycles, and I'm not doing that. So I'm going to do that right here by doing this. Oh shit, that's not going to work. I need to do this first. I was wondering why it wasn't showing up. There. So volt giver web server dot. Yeah, that totally makes sense. I'm looking at this example here. Yeah, handle it. Where's the loop? Yeah, handle client. Fuck. See, I forgot to do that. That's what I forgot. Dumbass. Now over here, this is where I can actually give it. It's like dot handle web server. There. This is basically like giving it, you know, some CPU cycles. Okay, it's not doing anything. A loop. Give it some CPU cycles. No, try everything else. Finally, when I send it a request, it's going to get there, give it a few CPU cycles. Oh, I actually have a request. I have to handle it. But if you're not cycling on that handle web server, nothing's going to happen. I should make that a static function. Oh well, let's see if this works. Totally didn't even think of that. I had the same thing when I did the OTA server. It works the same way. Shit. Now we're fucking mixing. Now the IP address is going to come back and everything. So yeah. Which probably means I actually don't need this stuff. But we'll just keep it there anyways in case. Sorry, I suck. You guys couldn't even see what I was doing. Oh, hello. Hi. Well, actually, oh, I did something bad. Oh, sometimes it happens. Yeah, so I've actually got a nice little example where I'm running the matrix, Pong, and the meter on all three displays. It works really well. I'm using Bodmer's TFT ESPI solution, and I've written my own display handler that is doing this, and it works very well. Right now, I'm not doing much, but this screen will in fact be given over to will be used in this project. And right now, this screen over on the other side, yeah, I'm just kind of using it as a terminal output. All right, what happened here? Did I break something? So I'll put this into, so I'm going to upload the code to it. So I'm going to slip this over into OTA mode, configure that. Yeah. So now it's ready to do an over-the-air update. So in my display handler, well actually in my screen base, so all of the screens that I build are all based on this screen base. And in here, I set the chip select pin for whichever TFT is going to be defined, whether it's, you know, the left screen, the middle screen, the right screen, they all have a specific chip select pin. And then whenever I do any work, I always call prep display. That makes sure that we set the pin low and then we set the proper rotation so that the multiple displays can all have different rotations. And then we do the work, and then once it's done, we just complete the update, which is just simply to reset the CS pin. So in the user setup.h file that Bodmer supplies, he tells you define CS pin. Don't do that. Should have an example of it here. And now I actually handling that CS pin myself so that I can decide what screen I'm going to update. So this way I can handle as many displays as I want, not just 3. I could put 5 displays on there. In fact, when I first tweeted out my how-to video of this, a fellow over in Europe somewhere was really excited about it, and he used my idea in his project, which actually has 8 2.2-inch displays, and each one just kind of displays a number, so that it's this really big display of numbers, and he's running all or 6 displays off of one ESP32, and it's not taking up any effort at all. Anyways, let's see where I am. Do I have all of this working on? I'm finally giving cycles over, so I handled my web server. So now this should work. Okay, so let me, first of all, we're in basic. If I look at what's happening here, if you look at my overhead screen, if I look at available Wi-Fi, okay, so it's not there. All right, so let's switch this over. We'll go to the menu, configure volt giver. Now we should see the volt giver show up as a Wi-Fi access point. Give it a minute. Give it another minute. Hurry the hell up. Why is everything so slow in this digital age of high-speed technology? Why is everything so bloody slow? There's volt giver, so we'll click on that. Why is it not connecting? Oh, maybe I've done a bad thing by setting up that. Yeah, let's just take that out. I don't need that. Yeah, see? Because of those additional settings I stuck in there, it's trying to do more work than it should, so shut that up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to undo those couple of last changes where I was messing around with this. I'm just going to get rid of that. I don't think that's necessary because it was working fine. The only problem that I had was I wasn't actually giving it cycles. So let's just take that out. We'll upload this code that doesn't do that. Oh yeah, well that's what CS pins are. Here, let me just. So switching CS pins on the fly. That's an interesting question because that's what CS pins do. It's a chip select pin. The whole point of it is on an SPI bus, you'll have multiple devices, and the CS pin is which tells you which device is actually going to be talking to. So, yeah, the whole point is to turn that CS pin on and off when you need to. Now, if you're using Bodmer's TFT ESPI library, he's handling that. So, for example, when you do, like I've got some code here where I create a sprite, right? And then I do a bunch of work with the sprite. All of this happens, this is why we use sprites, is all of this happens in memory. And then when I actually want to push it to the display, this is where we're actually going to talk to the display. I call that prep display for update, which flips that CS pin on whichever display I'm dealing with. It pushes the sprite, and then we flip the pin off. Now, because I'm doing that manually, if I wasn't doing that manually, if I was just using Bodmer's display normally, I would just have that. The push sprite function actually does that internally. It flips the CS pin low and then flips it back high anyways. But by not defining it in my header file, the user setup.h file, it actually gets defined as -1. So even though those functions are still happening, they're not having any effect. And I now control the CS pin manually. And all of my little screens, like each one of these is a different screen. And I control the interface on that through, well, I can put it on any screen I want. In fact, I'll show you something really neat. You can see over here, you can see here that the main display is on that middle screen. Sorry I keep doing that. If I go back to my main INO file, I'm telling it right here, change the screen to the home screen on the middle screen. But I can do this. I'm going to put it on the left screen. Now it's not going to fit because the rotation is wrong, but this is going to be neat. This is going to work just fine. This is going to move that whole thing to the other screen. Because this actually defines my CS pin selections. If we go back to my global definitions, or sorry, to my display definitions, nope, globals. Left screen, middle screen, right screen, and then we have, where is it? Sorry, I'm just looking for a proper file, the display handler. Screen base, where are you? Screen base. Shit, I forgot where I put it. Anyways, somewhere I'm actually defining them for the pins. Where the hell did I put that? There they are. So here I'm defining the pins. So the left screen is on pin 4, the middle screen is on pin 2, and the right screen is on pin 17. So when I set up a display, I'm basically just saying, you know, use this CS pin on it, and the rest of it is just automatic. So when it reloads, we're going to see all of this stuff pop over to a different screen just by changing that one little, see? And it's upside down. And I broke the whole thing. I put it on the wrong screen. I should have put it on the, yeah. That's what I did. I shouldn't have changed that one. Yeah, shit, oh well. But you know what I mean. Now I actually have to upload it through the cable because I don't have access to anything. No, no interrupt. This isn't ask me anything. I'm here to help if you want help, or I'm here to not. But if you have any questions at all, I can try and help you. I do have examples. Here, I'll give you a link to my example on using multiple TFTs. So if you want a bit of a, since you're talking about Benchtop Power Supply, nothing you're seeing here so far looks like a Benchtop Power Supply, does it? So I'll show you something real quick. Just gotta wait for this code to upload here. Push the button. Okay, button has been pushed. Oh, cool. Awesome. All right, so the code is uploaded and we're back to normal. Okay, so let's get this whole access point happening, right? Okay, so let's pop it over to the right access point. There we go. Now, all right, so let's see here. There's Volt Giver. Let's connect to it. Connected successfully this time because I took out those stupid settings I stuck in there. And my IP address is, I don't know, because I forgot to actually turn on the damn serial monitor and I haven't hooked anything up yet, so I suck. All right, I kind of got to restart this because I forgot to check what the damn IP address was. Oh, 4.1. I knew that. Let's connect back to the network because doing that actually shuts the network off like it's supposed to. Okay, so I'm on the network. Now let's see if I can actually get to it this time. //192.168.4.1. All right, now, if it works, the web page will load and it'll say, "Hello world." Not working. I'm very sad about that. Why is it not working? It's sort of working because it's got the right title up here now. But it didn't quite work all the way. Why didn't that work all the way? What have I done horribly wrong this time? I hate learning new stuff by examples. It can be such a pain in the ass. Okay, what am I missing here? What am I missing here? Oh, shit, am I actually in that? Oh! Oh, dumbass! I forgot to change my flag. You know, if I wasn't making so many stupid-ass mistakes, this would go a lot faster. What the hell did I call it? Oh shit, I made it private. So here's the stupidity that I did this time. I was checking the wrong flag. I'm in my web server and it's doing it. It does everything. But then when I got here to while OTA is enabled, now that's not right because OTA is over the air. So yeah, I got to change that to while web server is enabled. Because I still wasn't doing the right thing. Oh my God, I make so many dumb mistakes. All right, let's just pop this over to the over-the-air update. We hit the down button yet again. Wait another 20 minutes for it to compile. So don't forget, you can subscribe, turn on notifications when I go live. This project is eventually going to be a Benchtop Power Supply, intended to replace this one. So this is the one I've been using. It runs on an ATX computer power supply, and then I just took a bunch of wires and connected them to some little outputs with some ammeter displays. The new one is going to be a lot more sophisticated with current and voltage monitors. It's going to be running on a 600 watt ATX power supply. All of these displays that I'm running are going to be having real-time graphs for the current. So there'll be a 5 volt output with multiple connections like banana plugs, the stereo type of plugs, as well as barrel jacks. 5 volt, 3.3 volt. There's 2 adjustables. What did I break? It just does that sometimes. Oh shit! And there's no way to. Yeah, I forgot to change that. Crap. There's no way to interrupt the build on this. So this power supply is going to have a whole bunch of outputs, and they're all going to be displayed on here. There's going to be some buttons for turning things off. There's relays. once I get this next bit done, I'm going to be working on these relays and connecting more buttons and the relays. And then once I've got that basic bit going, then I'll start using Fusion 360 to design the box that'll all go in. So there's going to be a lot of stream for building this thing. And honest to God, I'm not usually this inept. It's just that I've never actually done this whole web server AP bit before, so I still got things I need to do, and sometimes I suck, sometimes I don't. Still waiting for it to compile, because it just takes forever. Hurry up. Why are you not? Yeah, that's because I didn't have the right port set, so there we go. And there's no way to interrupt that stupid build. It takes so long. I knew it was going to fail because I'm not using the COM port. Anyways. Well, I personally prefer Corsair power supplies. However, the one I'm using for this, so when I bought my 3D printer many years ago, it came with this power supply. This is a 600 watt power supply, and my 3D printer came with this. And I looked at this and I was like, Diablotech. That's its name, Diablotech. And I'm like, I've never heard of this. I don't know who these people are. I don't want to put this in my 3D printer. So I went out and bought a Corsair 800 watt power supply, and I used that in my 3D printer. And I've had this sitting around. I took a bunch of wires and I put these ends on it so that I could charge LiPo batteries. Like I can do 4 batteries at a time with multiple, when you're flying drones, this made a great way to charge all my LiPo battery packs. So I'm going to keep this. And then I'm going to use all the rest of the wires to connect up to 5 volt, 3.3 volt, and 12 volt outputs. I'll stick a couple of these buck boost converters in there so I can have some adjustable outputs. It'll come on a nice front panel where these displays will be with some buttons and stuff. It's going to be gorgeous, but I just got to figure out why the hell my code's not uploading. Have I done something horrible? Why is it not? Why is it breaking now all of a sudden? You suck. But if you're going to go buy a power supply, Corsair is basically who I trust for power supplies. Simply because I've never had a single problem with the Corsair. They've never caught fire, they've never exploded, they've never died unexpectedly. They give good power, nice even flow, whatever. Plus they're modular, so you don't have to have a whole bunch of extra cables hanging out that you're not using. But really, any brand you sort of trust. I mean, the worst that happens is it bursts into flames while you're using it. Come on, build already. Why does VS Code have to be so slow? So this project I'm working on now is sort of based on this one that I built. This is called HardSense. That's another project I built. Why is this fucking breaking? I don't know why that's breaking. That is so weird. Okay, I knew why it broke that time. I forgot to have it in the fucking mode. Oh, dude, well, if it's a 700 watt, I mean, really, the power supply I'm building, it's based on a 600 watt power supply. The truth is, I'm never going to be using more than, I'll have a 5 volt or a 12, sorry, the best I'll use is like, I'll have a 12 volt pulling on a motor, so I might be using 15 amps. Like literally the most I could ever expect to use at any one time would be like 150 watts. So you probably, like, dude, a 600 watt power supply is a huge amount of power. And using it to run little microelectronic projects and stuff like that, you're probably going to be, you'll never get near 700 watts. So you're safe to use that. The only thing you really want to know about concerns is, is it going to burst into flames and explode? It might. Okay, let's see if I've made any progress at all on this. All right, connect to the network. Wait till volt giver shows up here. There it is. And we're connected successfully. Now, http ://192.168.4.1. Hello world! Hello world! Hello world! Oh my god, that was so stupidly painful that I made so many mistakes just to get a stupid ass hello world. Hello world. Okay, I'm good. Well, that was painful. I can't believe it. It was all because of this, and then I just didn't have that. Oh, I suck. All right, so I've got my basic stuff going. I'm happy. Now what I need to do is add an out. Okay, so load home screen. If comms manager dot web server enabled, bool abort web server. Go to my comms object. Go find my start web server, handle root, handle web server. Okay, volt giver web server dot end stop. Delete volt giver web server equals null. Web server enabled equals false. Okay, good. Now what I'm going to do is go back over here, load home screen if web server enabled comms manager dot abort web server. Good. Okay, that should be my safety. Because this command is going to make sure that the OTA, if the OTA was running, it's going to shut her down. If the web server is running, it's going to shut her down. And then it's going to go ahead and load the home screen and connect to the network and make sure everything is fine and happy. So that's my safety. I think we're good. Let's go ahead and upload that. Now you're going to see why oh my God, I wasn't even showing you what I was doing. I am so sorry. All I did was I just simply added this check in here on my load home screen command. We're just going to abort the web server, and I added this little function. I'm sorry for not showing you what I was doing, but I suck at this. So I'm stopping my web server. I'm deleting it because it is actually a pointer, making sure it's null. Web server enabled. Oh shit, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to actually change my Wi-Fi. Disconnect Wi-Fi. I forgot to add that step. Whoops. I'm not going to do that, actually. No, I do need to do that. I don't know why that's fucking breaking now. Okay, now I'm going to do a little bit of testing, and this is where we're going to see the value of that second screen that I've got set up there. You'll notice that it's actually outputting, every time I click on it, it outputs something that says free heap. Oh, my fucking screen died. I am having all sorts of problems. What happened here? Oh, shit. What is breaking here? Oh, that time I understand. I forgot to have it in the right damn mode. All right. My other camera died, so just give me a minute. Come on now, you can do it. So the monitor on the right that you can't see right now, it's outputting my free heap, and I use that to keep track of if I've introduced a memory leak. Oh, so I do have a bug in here. You can see the IP address is 0. Why is it 0? What have I done wrong? Okay, I definitely broke something there. Oh, that's because I'm not actually connecting back to the network. Oops, no. Oh no, I am right there. Now why is the IP address empty? I wonder. Because that was probably screwing it up. No. Yes. Oh. Oh, shit. No, wait. No, that's not going to work either. Basically, I'm just avoiding these. I'm wondering if these are actually... No, they shouldn't be. Yes, they should be. No, that should be right. Man, that's a weird bug. I wonder what's happening there. I'm not seeing any errors coming out. See, that broke. What's going on there? The disconnect is not working right for the SoftAP. It's got to be a SoftAP disconnect. There it is. That's what I didn't do. Alright, that makes more sense, right? Nope, because you guys can't see what I'm doing again because I suck. SoftAP disconnect, that was the problem. I'm sure of it. Okay, now, if we just go into there, yeah, we got Wi-Fi. Now if we go back to firmware update, it disconnected. My Wi-Fi is still not fucking working there. Ooh, I think that was a crash. Yeah. No, something's still breaking there. I'm not quite sure what though. No, something's still breaking there and I'm not sure what. Okay, what do we got going on here? Yeah, definitely got a problem there. Definitely broke something. Because that actually crashed the first time I went through there. Anyways, what are we coming up to? Yeah, coming up to 3 hours, so I'm going to have to wrap this up. It's almost time for me to go, so... Anyways, I didn't get near as far as I wanted to, and this was kind of... I got a problem here, and I don't know why. So what I'm going to have to do, I can show you how to debug these if you'd like. what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use the Arduino IDE to build and compile and upload it. Upload my program through the COM port. I'm not using the OTA for this. So when this is ready to go, I'll have to push the button. Come on now, you can do it. Be faster. Okay, just about there. Gonna have to push the button soon. Come on now, you can do it. Please faster. Faster, please. Let's go quicker. Come on now. 2:43 a.m. No, it's for me. It's 3:14 p.m. I'm in Western Canada, in Alberta. It's 3:15 in the afternoon. Where are you? Is it 3 a.m. in your time? Is that what you're telling me? Wow. All right, come on now. Okay, so that's compiled. Now I'm going to open up the serial monitor, and I'm going to step through and cause that crash. There, now it crashed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab all of this and copy it, and then I'm going to go to Tools, ESP exception decoder, and I'm going to paste that whole thing right there, and it's going to tell me exactly what went wrong. Oh, handle web server. Why is that crashing? Oh, okay, I wonder. Oh, that shouldn't be. Oh, yes, it is. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to move this up here. So what's happening is this. The reason why it's crashing, you'll see it's crashing in my handle web server, Starsight Comms handle web server. Which, and if we trace it back, handle command queue, start web server, comms, handle web server. And that handle web server is done from, whoops, sorry. Is right here, handle web server. But when I use that menu option to load a new screen, that actually happens here. So then it comes back and it tries to handle the web server, which has already been dismissed. So actually what I want to do is I want to do this first, let it do all the other stuff, and then it's going to, when it does this, it'll kill the web server, all that, it'll come back here, oh, this will be false, and now it'll continue on and it won't crash. That's why it was crashing. But at least I'm making progress here, so this should actually be the last of it. I don't like having it there. Actually, I want to put it here. As long as it's before the command queue, handling the command queue, because when you handle the command queue, that's where it's going to grab a signal that says, you know, okay, we're going to load a new screen. Holy shit. Yeah. And that's where it causes the that whole web server abort, which causes the web server object to get to end and then get deleted. So yeah, this will work better. 3:45 in the morning. Oh, Yeah, so I haven't bothered to set the time on that clock yet that you see on the display. I haven't bothered to set the time yet. You're in Myanmar. Oh, that's so cool. I've never been there. Wow, really? I think you're the first person I've ever met from Myanmar. I'm just pulling up Google Maps to see where that city is. Yangon, Myanmar. Oh. You're right on the south end of there, on that little peninsula area. You got a bit of a... That looks like a giant river. Well, that river just gets bigger and bigger as it comes towards you, doesn't it? Wow. What's it called? I don't know what it's called, but wow, cool. Okay, are we done? So it shouldn't crash on me anymore. And it should all be awesome now. So if I go to the menu, configure, we're good here. No, we're not. It crashed. Okay, good. We're good. Now if I go back to the main, it's not going to crash. We got Wi-Fi. I can go firmware OTA. I've got an IP address. Okay, good. It's all working again. Awesome. If we go back to there. All right, I do have a bit of work to do there. See if I have a memory leak happening though. You see these numbers I've got going on the right side, this free heap. Basically, whenever I come back to this screen, that number should always be the same. So the number is 235228. Oh no, I do have a memory leak because every time I do that, that number gets bigger. Two 34, 220. Two 34. Oh, maybe I don't have a memory leak. Oh, that's good. I don't actually seem to have a memory leak. Two 39, 780. Well, maybe I do have a memory leak. 233. Nope, I'm doing good. No memory leaks detected. The way that works is I'm dumping out the free memory heap, and I know basically whenever I'm on this screen and I hit cancel, it should always give me the same number. No matter what I've done in between, getting back here should always give me that same number. 233784. No, 233812. Or give or take. Good. Two, 3, 1. Okay, good. I do 2, 3, 3, 4, 9, 8. Yeah, it looks like I'm doing good. That number is staying right where it's supposed to be. And it changes a bit based on which strings have been manipulated. So no, it looks like I've got no memory leaks. Okay, so I've got my web server running. Now I actually got to add the code. I have to do a custom partition. But because I suck, this took me way too long to get done. So I'm going to do a little bit of work off screen, get some stuff done, and I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to do some more interesting stuff. I'm going to add some hardware to this. I'm going to add some relays and some buttons. I'm going to add a current sensor, and I'll create a voltage divider because that's some of the next hardware that I have to start monitoring. So I'll have the relay set up so that I can control the relays for a button. That'll be fairly quick and easy. But the interesting bit will be the current sensor. So if you're looking on the home screen here, you see each of these little blocks, right? Those little blocks. Those are going to be a panel handling one of the outputs. So The first panel there will be like the 5 volt output and then the 3.3 volt output. This screen will have a couple of outputs, that's why you need the 2 screens. And there will be real-time graphs scrolling on there showing the voltage and current being used on that output. So that's the next thing I'm going to build. So my next stream tomorrow, yeah, I'll probably do the current sensor and the voltage divider first, and then I'll do the relay second. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe and do all of that good stuff. There we go. Turn on notifications. I'll probably be on Twitch tonight playing some more BioShock. And thanks for sticking around. It's cool to meet people from all over the world. Myanmar, welcome. I don't know how to say hello or goodbye in Myanmar, so... yeah, I just haven't bothered to set the time on that real-time clock yet. That's actually a function. If we look here, I'll show you something. One of the menu options here actually says update time. That one is update time. So I'm going to add in an NTP lookup there soon. Whoops. But right now I've got it connected to that. Anyways, I'm going to head out, so thanks for sticking around and watching. I hope you enjoyed the show, maybe learned something. If not, good night, y'all. Bye-bye.
Shut up and sit down.